Hey folks, welcome back to the stream. We're representing the CCCP today. I think it's 3Cs, the Chinese Communist Party. It's all red and gold today, and we're here on the Hainan Airlines Airbus A330-300 from Beijing to Prague. So obviously the departure from Beijing was not part of the stream idea for today, and we're just interested in the arrival. I think that's what everyone is mostly interested in anyway, isn't it? The A330 starts up pretty much like a standard Airbus, even just like the 320. It's a cross-crew qualification. It's quite easy to jump in between the two. I don't recall if this has any fuel dump capabilities, but I think maybe that's something new. Obviously the plane's bigger, heavier, all that stuff, but flies pretty much the same. A little bit of a change to the flare logic, so you might need to flare a touch higher than you would on a 320, but it's very easy to go back and forth between this plane. So we're just about to start preparing for the arrival now into Prague. At the moment we're not with any air traffic control. That being said, it is an event day today, so we should get some. I'll keep the chat to a minimum, and yeah, maybe I'll explain a few things as we go along. But let's get the let's get prepared. About 10 minutes or so until we descend. So based on the wind that we had, we prepared for runway 06 in Prague. I'd like to take a look at the weather in Prague. Let's update that. It's an easterly, northeasterly wind at 15 knots, as between north and east. So it's pretty clear that we're landing northeast, which runway 06 will provide 11 degrees, which is quite nice, 1026. And I'm going to feed that information in to the McDo. Wait, I'm pretty dumb. I've already forgotten what I said. The wind was 030 at 15. Worst case for us will be that full cross. So I'm gonna go 010 at 15. This gives us the least headwind. 11 degrees, and the altimeter was 1026. High pressure day today. Higher pressure day today, so it'll be nice weather, albeit a little bit windy. The other information's coming up now. Okay. So turns out runway 0624 is closed. We're expecting to land now instead runway 30, which I've never actually used in Prague on the sim, so I'm interested to see how that works out. But there must be another song. Yeah, 30. Oh, good views of the city then. So I'll reset the arrival for runway 30. Also has an ILS, so it's not that big of a change really in how it's gonna be flown. Transition level 60, fantastic. In this case 080 at 12 becomes the worst case. God, okay, my sims got stuck for a second. Woo, that was terrifying. Whoa, can you imagine? We've been flying for a long time. I could not have dealt with the sim being stuck. Was that 050 at 12? Let's take a look again at the ATIS. I'm taking a look at the ATIS on VATSIM, so 030 at 15, so yeah, what we had before. So pure crosswind of 15 knots, that's gonna be fun. Transition level 60. I'm sort of familiar-ish with Prague. It seems they'll want us to exit on Gulf, which is a decent way down, so I'm happy to use config free. for the arrival, and they expect us to use ILS approaches in Prague. So the ILS runway 30 has a minimum of 1432 because Prague is slightly above sea level at 1,200 feet-ish. So let me set that up now, 1,432. Good. Maybe I should change the runway first. ILS 30. Golo 5 Romeo, let me just check and verify that that is in fact the correct one we're gonna fly. A-firm, Golo 5 Romeo. Transition. Well, the arrival actually ends at a waypoint called Arveg, from where there's a transition, so I'll select Arveg, yeah. But technically we're just supposed to be maintaining a runway heading after anyway. So all that's set up, let's make sure all of this is in here as well and not removed. That is removed, so I'm gonna go back in and set the McDo up for 1432. Which amigo? Hello dummy, ako sa mash? We're landing soon in Praha, Ruzynie. Super. All of that set, auto brakes, low is sufficient for our arrival. That looks like runway 30 in Prague. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tune in the Ruzynie VOR manually, just so that we can do a ×3 the whole way down. Actually it's the Okichi VOR, Oscar Kilo Lima. I'm gonna go ahead and tune that. On both sides. Nice. I'm good, Shishia. And you? I mean, I already asked you, but yeah. Glad to hear you fine. There's some Okay, that what you see there, a waypoint called Tomty, is the FIR boundary, is where we will be switching from from Warsaw Control, who we should be with now, to Prague. We are about 116 miles, which to me, if we get a straight in, puts us in a touch of trouble, but we definitely have to get a Tomty first. I'll wait till about 110 miles, 100 miles, and then we'll commence our descent into Ruzynie. Alright folks, headphones on. Let's go. Alright, I'm just gonna set up some of my I don't like that. Super, I'm gonna be using that quite a bit. And I think I'll be using this a little bit more, so I'm gonna pull that all the way out. Alright, this is where I said we'll commence our descent. Let's go down to 24,000 feet, which I think is a nice healthy number. In fact, let's go dive deep. So she's gonna do a nice 1,000 foot per minute descent, but we're interested in a quick descent. So I'm gonna pull that to go down to open descent now. Here we go. 90 miles from the VO, about 100 miles to say. We need to be at 300 plus the elevation 31 and some to lose the altitude. I think we're in a good position for a shortcut. In sim just once, actually no, a couple times in sim. IRL, I cannot disclose that information. Thank you for your understanding. A few times. I like Prague. On this specific runway, just once, and it wasn't me who landed. I let my colleague fly out. So now I'm reliving. Well, I knew it was this runway, but I was more interested in taking in the view, let's say, because it was a nice day. But now, to work. Hey, newsrushnow.ru, best viewers, ladies and gents. Get your viewers at newsrush.ru. Okay, 70 miles to go, 28,000 feet. I want to say I'm in a good position, albeit now when I switch over, I'll be a touch high. Let's take a look. We'll contact Brusinier, approach 127.580. Let's say hello. 127. Prague approach, good evening. Hainan 79037, passing level 264, descending 240, Tom T.
Hainan 79037, contact Prague on 127.125.
Sorry, 127.125, Hainan 7937, yeah.
Well, good evening, Ascent 16 Bravo at 5000.
See, wrong frequency, 127.125. Dobrý večer, Hainan 7937, flight level 240, position Tom T.
7937, hello, Squawk 1000.
Squawk 1000, Hainan 7937.
Iberia 45, contact Prague radar 127.580, bye bye.
1000. Alright, let's get the speed down because we're leveled off at 240.
127.580, is correct?
Correct.
Okay, contact. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye bye. 97937 identified, clear Golf 5 Romo arrival. Expect ILS 30, descend to flight level 180.
Expect ILS runway 30, Golf 5 Romeo arrival, descent level 180. Hainan 7937, dobrý večer.
Dobrý večer.
Dobrý večer.
Prague radar, hello, Scandinavian
That makes me happy.
Tango, flight level 350.
Děkuji.
Tuna Tango, hello, Squawk 1435.
Alright, we'll match the speed now, get it going again.
1435, Scandinavian Tuna Tango. Lufthansa 2465, Squawk Mod Charlie.
Radar, Robert Wetsche von der Lufthansa 456, flight level 160.
Lufthansa 456, hello, Prague radar, identified, climb to flight level 200.
Regear level 200, Lufthansa 456.
Okay, I just need to take a look to see how high up or how low she thinks I am. She thinks I'm about 2,500 feet low, which I'm quite pleased with, actually.
Scan Tuna Tango identified.
Let's keep the speed a little bit. Let's let her go.
Lufthansa 456, proceed direct to Victor Lima Mike.
We can use a touch of speed
Victor,
brakes
direct Victor Lima Mike, Lufthansa 456.
to help with the descent. Oh yeah. Master caution, flight control, brakes still out. It's on purpose. Descent flight level 170, Hainan 7937. Open descent, that's the problem.
Good evening,
Level 170 set. So it was on regular descent, so that's why she wasn't descending quick enough. But they should sort the problem out. I'll stall the speed brakes, because she'll do a good job now.
129 Lufthansa 2465, goodbye.
Why you need to be aware of your autopilot modes.
Today's at Room Victor Tango flight level 400.
It's a full flight, also with full cargo. I'll take this moment to maybe turn on the seatbelt signs.
Hainan 7937, contact Prague radar 127.580, bye bye.
127.580, Hainan 7937, ahoy.
Ahoy.
Ahoy. 27580.
Better, good evening.
Okay, I need a touch of speed brakes because I've messed it up a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and set that out. Prague ahoy, Hainan 7937, passing level 187 or 170.
Hainan 7937, hello, Prague radar identified. Information on Lima, descent flight level 130.
Descend level 130, and we'll check now Lima, Hainan 7937. 130. Cross idle, open descent. Don't worry, there's a tick 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 for mode reversion. Not sure why the flight track is
Beria
still spinning.
245, contact cruising radar 119.010, call sign only.
1199, and then?
Flight control speed brakes till out. Yep, that's intentional.
119.010, call sign only.
119010.
Alright, I think we've done a decent job now with the full downstream to go. It's about 30 miles to run that way and then all the way down so speed brakes can go in. And as we get to 130, I'll slow her down. Major key is to check that the aircraft is still below maximum landing weight or not. I need to do that again. I'm not really sure what the weights are for this plane. Maximum landing weight is 187.0 and we are currently at a landing weight of 1754. So we are
Hainan 7937, turn left heading to 145.
left heading 145, Hainan 7937. Heading select, heading 145, set. And there we are, speed alt star. Let's use that to reduce speed to, I don't know, let's go for 240 knots. Now you take a look at what the clean speed is today. Clean, 212. So we can go all the way down to 220 and hope for the best. Hope they give us a bit lower, 220. Yeah, so I'm trying not to use the speed brakes. It's just a trick that I'm trying to come up with. So it's just to avoid using the speed brakes. Of course, you can use the same speed and just use the speed brake. But I didn't seem to really need the speed brake at the time. Alternatively, when you speed up, you end up descending a bit quicker and obviously have more airflow over your wing. And then if you use the speed brakes at that point, then it creates more drag as well. So you can get down a little bit faster. But then it's just me trying to, yeah, because I thought I messed up the descent, but actually it worked out okay. So yeah, in fact we're right over Prague now. Great question. So yeah, that was the plan, the Jack 1997. Oh dude, you're not 30 yet. Nice. Oh, you might be. This year you turned 30 to Jack 1997. That's crazy. Happy 30th. And we'll go all the way down to clean speeds since we're here at 130. Oh, Jack, I like that name.
7937, decent flight level 900.
Descent level 90, Hainan 7937. Level 90. Let's do open descent again. I feel like the earlier we get down, the better our chances of getting the turn in.
Hainan 7937, contact cruising radar 119.010, call sign only.
119.010, Hainan 7937, goodbye. Call sign only. 010, there we go. Radar Hainan 7937.
Standby, Beria 245, turn right heading 270, clear us approach runway 30.
Yeah, vectors for the approach. I think they're trying to cut me in a little bit closer. 090 tells me yes. And at this point, because I want to keep it slow, I'll be using the speed brakes to help.
Turn right.
Because I kind of want to maintain the speed. And it makes no sense to speed up again just to slow back down. So at this time, I will use speed brakes to assist.
I don't understand.
270, 270.
270, okay.
I don't understand.
Hainan 7937, good evening. Descent to altitude 5000 feet, QNH 1026. Ready speed 220 knots.
Descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1026. We're currently maintaining speed 212. Would you like me to increase to 220, Hainan 7937?
Say again, speed?
212, that's our clean speed.
Oh, Roger. You may continue to 30.
Okay, we'll increase speed to 230 knots, Hainan 7937. Okay. And in this case, 230, 5000, QNH 1026. I'll leave the speed brakes out just so I can get down a little bit earlier. As you can see, I'm gonna get that turn.
937, turn left heading 120.
Left heading 120, Hainan 7937. Heading 120. Set. So it seems like they're trying to bring me back onto the star, so it was like a... should have been a direct to Papa Romeo 915. The 230, speed brakes out, still ready for the turn any second now. I'll go on an LS my end here. LS for my Mitarbeiter. And we're good to go. 13 miles, it's 3.9 plus 1,000 is, should be 4.9. Still a touch too high. So what I'm gonna do now, speed brakes are as far out as they can be. It's safe to take the flaps out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wait and take a look at how many miles to go. About 30 miles to go. 39,000 plus 10. Yeah, I'm actually pretty good. If we do the whole thing, we'll be nice on profile. Nevertheless, I'll tell the aircraft to prepare
Establish on the localizer, Iberia
and
245.
activate the approach mode.
245, thank you very much, continue.
Continue approach.
Alright, there comes the glide. I'll start the speed brakes. Alright, let's match it. VS.
937, turn right heading 270, clear ILS approach runway 30, report when established.
Right heading 270, cleared ILS runway 30, call established, Hainan 7937. So right turn heading 270, it's set up. It's pretty much what we have planned here. Well, you can see that descent planning didn't quite work out neatly, you know, because you've used speed brakes to get down, and now you're using VS to kind of level it off, so clearly the math didn't math for me. That's what a few days of inactivity does to you. That's good, it's still safe. No one's going to complain about it.
Iberia 245, reduce speed 180 knots until 655.
Alright, sensing is alright. Looks like we're going to be nice on the loc there.
180 knots until mile 6, contact with tower. Thank you, bye.
Tower 134560.
Wait for the ILS approach, so the next altitude is 4,000 feet that we can go down to. 4,000 is set. Lock star. Half is 1.2. I'm just gonna go to about 800 per minute, so I'll be just a bit lower than the glide, and she'll catch up with me somewhere around Papa Romeo 912. That takes some power off the engines as well, and it'll be nice and quiet. And transition, we'll set altimeter 1026. 1026 on both sides, and on G standby. I'm not sure why I'm having audio issues. For Hainan 7937, establish localizer runway 30, speed 230.
Hainan 7937, roger, continue.
Hainan 7937. Okay, so continue with the speed. So I'll do now 1,000 foot per minute. That'll take some power off as well, and I think it's going to be a little bit on the tighter side of things, so I'll start getting configured so I'm not waiting until too late.
Niner 37, reduce speed to 180 knots until 6 miles final contact tower 134, it's 560, bye-bye.
Speed 180 to 6, tower 134, 560, Hainan 737. 180 set. One, three, four, 560. Virginia Tower, dobry wieczór, Hainan 737 established, ILS 30, 11 miles.
Hainan 737, Virginia Tower, hello, continue approach.
Continue approach, Hainan 737. Alright, here we go, continue approach. Light slope captured, missed approach, altitude 5,000 feet. 5,000 set. We're still struggling to get that speed back, so gear down please.
Iberia 245, wind 060 degrees 7 knots, runway 30, clear to land.
Clear to land, Iberia 245.
Reserve 5 to Golf, contact Prague radar, goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. 5 to Golf.
It's one of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of these high-speed flat approaches that they have here, because then you end up having to drop the gear anyway. And it's not super pretty. Ooh. There's Prague. There's the Karlovy Most. And that's all I know. And there's a tower with a Hodinky on it. And we'll go flaps 2. And we'll wait at 180 until 6. And at 6 miles we'll set the final landing flap and reduce the speed. Also take this moment to arm the speed brakes. And things get busy right towards the end, so I'll just go ahead and turn on all the lights as well. No smoking, definitely no. There we go, 6 miles, and we can let the airplane decelerate to the speed that she requires. Our final VLS today is going to be VLS 136 or per speed 141. Nice crosswind off the right side. Hope the rudder pedals are working. I'll go ahead for the final landing flaps. And I'll get my colleague to check the purser. Make sure it's ready.
341, Virginia Tower, good evening. Iberia 245, contact ground 121.910, goodbye.
Oh, visibility is fantastic. One sec, let me tell you.
I confirm that was Iberia 245, Iberia 245,
it's cable case, so greater than 5,000.
121.910.
But this looks a lot better than
121.910.
Well, yeah, if that's Iberia calling, you need to respond with your call sign. I don't know who's calling unless you tell me who are you.
1,000.
And on 737 runway 30, clear to land, wind 060 degrees 7 knots.
Clear land runway 30, Hainan 737. Okay, I've been trying to check the cabin forever.
121 decimal 010.
I can't get the cabin.
Negative 121.910 and confirm that this is really you, Iberia 245.
121.910. Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Yeah, what is the call sign? You need to tell your call sign when you finish your transmission.
My call sign is Iberia 245.
Roger, fine one.
Oh my days, Iberia. Okay, finally I got landing no blue. We're not going to discontinue this approach for the cabin because it's been 9 hours and 20 minutes almost, and I'm a bit ooey. Watch the glide there. Okay. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh no. Am I landing on default scenery? No, I am.
France 1341, line up runway 30 way.
1341, line up.
Sorry guys, it's because I realized I'm landing on default scenery, and that upsets me to no end. Oh.
Tower, hello, Austrian 64 Tango, check Sigma Lima.
Austrian 64 Tango, Tower, hello.
Nice. Still the speed, not the speed brakes, but still the reversers. We're braking manually now. I think at about 45 knots. So the speed brakes. And and we can exit. Oh man, I can't believe this is a default Prague. Such a shame. Maybe I didn't put it in correctly. Anyway, wish me luck. I have a general idea how it parks in Prague.
Hainan 737, contact ground 121.910, goodbye.
Ground 121.910, Hainan 737, away.
France 1341, wind 060 degrees 7 knots, runway 30, cleared for takeoff.
Yeah, let's bring it to stop 121.910.
Austrian 64 Tango behind departing France Boeing 787.
Virginia ground ahoy, Hainan 7937 on Golf, short Foxtrot.
Hainan 7937, losing ground, good evening, taxi to stand 3 via Golf, Alpha 1.
Then 3 via Golf, Alpha 1, Hainan 7937. So Golf is straight on, Alpha
Eurowings
Alpha
25
1.
Bravo, do you have Lima 1 in your scenery?
So on the other side at the end of all the terminals basically. So we're gonna carry on Golf. This is misnamed as Delta because it's a default airport, but it's actually Golf.
Yes, we have Eurowings 25 Bravo. Eurowings 25 Bravo, roger,
Let me
pushing
kill
for
the
approved, face Lima 1.
Perfect.
As approved, face Lima 1, Eurowings 25 Bravo.
Yep, so this what's marked here is Delta is actually Golf, where we exited, and then we're gonna go through the ramp behind the Ryanair.
245, stand 24. Thank you and congratulations for the event.
9 hours and 20 minutes.
Have a good night, bye bye.
From where we depart from Beijing to Prague, and it's quite quick here because the other guys who have to fly from Asia do not fly over Russian airspace. So the other guys are, I guess, Korean Air. I think they might fly through Russian airspace, but I'm not entirely sure. But their flight from Incheon to Prague, you'd expect to take maybe an hour longer, maybe 30 minutes longer, but it's up to 2 hours longer, eh? So I needed to check what that's about. The same thing for the Type A flight. So within my schedule, this is the only one that really fit. But technically this is Golf. Quite disappointed I didn't check the scenery before we started. Default airport. I don't know why I thought this was handcrafted, or I thought I already had a scenery installed. I'm pretty sure I bought one from Orbex for FS 2020, but maybe it wasn't purple. So anyway, this is Alpha.
Edelweiss 17 Yankee, losing ground, good evening, pushing start approved, Juliet Orange.
Alpha, and then the next 90 degree to the right is Alpha 1. Stand 3 is the first stand there. Obviously we watch a replay, as we do with all my flights.
Rocket Juliet Orange, Edelweiss 17
I have a feeling this one was a bit on the firmer side of things. But let's see.
Papa, stand 4 Echo and ready for push and start.
Quality 28 Papa, losing ground, hezký večer, squawk on.
Squawk, mode,
This is the turn that we need to take. There we go.
Quality 28 Papa, push and start approved, face Tango.
Face Tango, quality 28 Papa.
The first stand here, which I'm very familiar with, is our parking position. Stand 3 it says, so we are the lead-in line that is the first 90 degree lead-in line, if it's even available here. So we're going to go to spot view real quick. Let's turn off the taxi lights, and we'll go to spot view to make sure the lead-in line is present. It is present. Fantastic. There it is. You get a little bit of momentum here. 5 knots is fine as we commence the turn, and then I'll use a little bit more. That's a bit much. Idle again. Turn her in. Bit of power on the number 1 engine, just to keep that turn going at 5-ish knots. And we'll be outside. I'll go a little bit further I know the stop position's actually similar to what this Red Wings has. And there we go. Welcome to Rosinia. Parking brake is set. APU has not been started, just so we can watch our replay without having to restart the engines. And the flight was 9 hours and 30 minutes long. Let me shut down Volanta and we can get started on that replay. We'll end this flight. Very nice.
Eurowings 25 Bravo, taxi.
Eurowings 25 Bravo.
I think it was a bit on the firmer side this landing.
Via Lima 1 Lima.
And let's leave
Boarding point runway.
V-Pilot. Oh my god, we can't watch replay. This is in the aerosoft and I haven't recorded my landing. Oh well, in that case, ladies and gents, so as you see, we all make mistakes and this is a pretty unhappy one to make. I'll go ahead and start the APU. We should generate some volts on the APU battery. The hell? They're all showing 0 volts. Interesting. Anyway, the APU is coming online now. I don't need it for anything at the moment. I can go ahead and shut down number 2 engine. We got a message there that the brakes are hot, which I believe, so we can turn the brake fans on. Let's get the chocks in. Get the chocks in. Okay, the chock button isn't working. APU button is though. So one engine's down. We're waiting for the APU to start up and I'll shut down the other one. Alright, any second now. Well, I'll be off screen for the next 10 days at the minimum, probably a bit longer, I think the next 2 weeks, because I have to go back to work as soon as I return from holiday. So the next stream is probably going to be in 2 weeks. Okay, the APU is available. Let's get the APU bleed on, and that means we can shut down the last engine standing, number 1 engine. So all of that's going. Now I can get the bleed on, turn the beacon lights off, seatbelts off. Y'all can enjoy your evening in Prague. Go hit the Biergarten. Have a little bit of what's her name now? Have a little bit of the Pilsner for me, Pilsner Urquell. Very nice. Enjoy yourself. And thanks for flying Hainan Airlines non-stop service from Beijing to default Prague. Hope you enjoyed the stream, hope you enjoyed the flight, and I'll see you all next time around. Thanks for joining me. Long live the Chinese Communist Party.